Good afternoon and Christmas greetings, and welcome back to my messy workbench, where the mess has slightly increased, but you probably haven't noticed because it was already too messy. I don't know why I keep talking about it. I should probably shut up. Anyway, so I've got a box here. Well, it's sort of a box. It's a bit of a squashed box. A bit squashy, yes. Anyway. It's supposed to contain some LED light strips, or at least that's what I believe it should contain, because that's what I ordered off eBay, and this looks about the right size for a box of LED light strips that one could order off eBay. I bought these because I thought I might put some underneath the front of the shelf here and have light that comes out and lets me see things better, you know, lighting and stuff. Because at the moment I've just got this sort of swing arm thing with a light bulb on it, and it's not terribly good because it's only one thing and it's only here, and yeah, I can swing it to and fro, but sometimes I want more light, so I thought I'd get some of these and attach them to my shelf and see what happens. Sorry for the noise of that thing, it's probably just blowing up your eardrums if you're using headphones. Sorry about that. Right, so I'm going to open this box on camera. I haven't opened it previously or anything. It came in the mail yesterday and I had no time to do anything with it, so it's just been sitting here until today, and now I'm going to open it. So we will have a fun time opening this box. And it's a bit squashed, I know, but that's more of the fun. Will the contents be completely destroyed? Will I be horribly disappointed in my purchase? Will you laugh at me? And will I cry? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Right. So anyway, on with the show. It's from, okay, I'm gonna do a Dave Jones here and completely murder the pronunciation of this Chinese name, or I assume Chinese anyway. But it's from Jiang Zhangchao, possibly, if that's how you pronounce it. And the total value is apparently $2.67 US, which is quite different to what I actually paid. So there you go. Anyway, apparently it's untracked, but fascinatingly enough, the number that's on here actually turns up in the tracking system for flight, F-L-Y-T, I think. So I don't know. I guess it's not tracked in New Zealand, but it was tracked apparently through the Chinese shipping and airport, so I don't know. It's a bit sort of hit and miss. I've had ones that supposedly were tracked and the tracking numbers didn't work, and I've had ones like this that are untracked and they had a tracking number, so I don't know. It's all a bit strange, but it ended up getting here eventually, which is the important part, and hopefully this squashability of it is not an issue. So at this point I'm going to open it, and yeah, I'll stop rabbiting on and I'll open the damn thing and you can actually see what's inside. So let's find some sort of knife to open it with. Let's see. So I ordered 3 LED light strips, which should cover the whole thing here, and hopefully there's 3 in here. That'll be the next thing. Are there 3, and are they correct, and do they work? Well, we'll find out. So, let's open it. Okay, we've got the end open. So, let's have a look. What can we see in there? Well, I see 3 things with wires on them. That's a good start. There's 3 of them. So, whatever they are, there's 3 of them. Let's have a look. Ta-da! Well, don't need that. And we've got some things that look like light strips, because they probably are light strips. And there's 3 of them, and they're in bags. And they're not bent or anything, but I can see they're not cracked or destroyed. They look not too bad. They look like they're in pretty good condition, considering. Yeah, I mean, that's not gonna do a heck of a lot, a single layer of bubble wrap, if you drop something heavy on it. But yeah, not unlike, let's have a look, I've got something else here, just 1 second. Unlike the last time I bought some CCFL lamps for replacing the backlight of a monitor, and they came in these PVC tubes individually wrapped, and they were wrapped in bubble wrap and stuck in these PVC tubes and then all put in a post bag, which was a lot better, of course. I guess for these they're not going to really go to the trouble because they're not as fragile, far less fragile. But anyway, I thought that was quite nice when I got these. Anyway, I've got some spare PVC pipe that I can do something with, I hope. Anyway, back to these things. So let's have a look. They don't really say anything interesting on them, just SKU 34677626PL0. I don't know if that's a proper part number or anything, but hey, it's a thing. Let's have a look. Okay, so these are supposed to be 12 volts. They are supposed to be, can't remember how many watts they were supposed to be now. But yeah, so I could put those up there maybe. No, that would be terrible because that would go right in my face. I think I could put them in under here. Or maybe on an angle. Yeah, I think I'll put them on an angle under here like this. And have them sort of pointing out and downwards so they're not directly in my face, and they also cast light down this way. Or at least that's the idea. We'll see. Maybe it won't work at all, but I'm sure I can use these for something if they don't work for this. Now, they look okay. Can we take the ends off? Let's see. Okay, well that just pops off, so that's useful. And what about the other end? Yep, that just comes straight off too. And then that gives us a, let's have a look. Can you slide this off at all? No, it doesn't. Does that just clip on there? That just seems to clip on. Okay, so if I just sort of do that. Okay. Yeah, I'm this plastic, well, that's sort of quite bendy. Yeah, I'm quite surprised this hasn't actually been cracked or anything. I guess it's quite, yeah, it's quite sort of bendy and tough and resilient, so maybe they chose that on purpose for shipping. I don't know. Anyway, got the LEDs in there, so that looks quite nice. An aluminium channel. So the LEDs have just got a, I picked the square, I think 50/50 size LEDs, which had the highest output apparently, highest wattage for the thing, and there were more of them, so I figured it would. No, that's my phone going off. Sorry, if that noise was annoying. Let's see. The soldering of the LEDs is quite good. The soldering of the resistors is good. They've all got 150 ohm resistors on each one. And these are rated at 12 volts. And the soldering of the wires is pretty terrible, but so the model number on this PCB is LTL0469. I'm not sure if that means anything. It's one of those aluminium sort of substrate PCBs. I'm not sure how that actually works. I think they've got like a layer of thin layer of fiberglass, and then that's stuck on the aluminium backing thing or something. Anyway, I don't know. Hopefully the heat dissipation is fine. I mean, the funny thing is the there's like no contact between this aluminium channel and the actual PCB really. So if there's supposed to be heat transfer between that and the casing, it's like not really going to do anything. There's hardly any sort of thermal transfer possible. I mean, the thing just is already loose, and it just, you know, I don't know. I mean, maybe Maybe the PCB itself is enough for heat sinking, but yeah, anyway. Okay, well, I'll just, you know, I'll take all the rest of these out and I'll set them up and we'll do a test and I'll see how they go. So I'm not going to bother showing that right now because that would be a bit boring. So I'll just wait till I've got these all set up and, well, actually, you know what, I don't know. Maybe you would like to see that. I have no idea. Let's just start doing that then. Okay. Let's just pull them all out of their bags. Let's just do that. Okay. Let's see. That's good. So that out of there. Now, so these ones. Okay, let's see. I'll see what it looks like with the cover off on that one, and I'll see what these ones look like with the covers on, so that'll be an interesting comparison to, sorry, I should look at the camera more. Yeah, sorry about that, I forgot to look at the camera. You probably just see the side of my head all day, it's a bit boring. Okay, I'm kind of rushing a bit, I think, so maybe I'll just pause here, I'll go do what I gotta do, and yeah, I just gotta do some stuff, so I'll be back in a second and we'll power these things up and see how they go and see if they explode and all that. Okay, so hang on. Okay, so I'm back. I just had a little interruption, but now I'm not rushing, so that should be more useful. So I'm just about to test these and we'll see how they go. So a little bit of detail on the specifications of these, and just in case you are interested. These ones I bought are the 50 centimeter length ones. You can also get 30 centimeter length ones, and obviously these ones have more LEDs in them because they're longer. I got the 50 centimeter ones. Each version has 36 LEDs in it. I mean, for a 50 centimeter one you can get 3 versions. You can get them with 5630 LEDs, you can get 5050 LEDs, and you can get 7020 LEDs. I picked the 5050s because they apparently have the highest light output, so that made sense to me. 12.6 watts apparently for one of these strips at 12 volts. So yeah, 36 LEDs, I have counted them, they are all there, which is good. No funny business going on there. The strips, interestingly enough, I don't know if you can see this, but I'll do a close-up thing probably later anyway, so don't worry about it. So anyway, you can cut these up, I guess, every 3 LEDs, so that's nice. If these are too long for you, you could just, you know, cut at one of these sections and you could just hacksaw the aluminium channel to the desired length. In case these are too long or something, so that's good. Easily modifiable, very basic, very simple design. There are 2 versions you can get. You can get the milky white cover, apparently, which is the one I got because I wanted a diffusible one, so I didn't get a hold of glaring LEDs straight in my eyeballs, which is what you get with the clear plastic cover, which would be just like having no cover, basically, except, well, you can't poke the LEDs and give yourself a shock, although you probably wouldn't, but anyway. So yeah, I would say if you're going to use these anywhere you're going to look at them or anything, you probably want to use the diffusing cover. If you want to have separate dots and have it for some sort of artistic effect, then get the clear cover or just take the cover off. So let's just power these up and we'll see what happens. Will they explode? Well, they probably won't explode, but will they work? Will they go? We'll see. See how much current it draws. I've hooked up an ammeter, so we got this here hooked up, and I've got a 12 volt power supply, so we'll see how much current it draws and see if what it says on the tin is what you actually get. So they're rated at 12.6 watts apparently and 12 volts, so they should draw about 1.05 amps if they were true to their rated specifications. I've got an ammeter hooked up and we'll find out if that's true. So, without further ado, let's power the things on and see what happens. And of course, I'm blinding myself. That's not really unexpected. But they do seem to work, and they're very bright if you look at them directly, and they're very white, which probably makes sense seeing as I ordered the cool white ones. I thought that would make more sense than warm white. I was kind of sick of the horrible orange glow of the incandescent lamp on this thing, which I also may replace with an LED bulb at some point. I'm not certain. Anyway, we'll just see how these go first, seeing as they're cheaper. Okay, but I've got an ammeter here, and I don't know if you can see. I'm actually going to put this cover over so I don't. That's much better. That's way better. Okay, yes, that's the reason the cover is there. That's to stop you going blind. Now I can actually look at it. But anyway, if we see the meter here, it's reading 0.581, so it's drawing about 580 milliamps, which is not 1 amp, not surprisingly. So that's going to be about 6-7 watts or something. A bit short of the 12.6 they claim, but yeah, I'm not really surprised. It's not, you know, cheap eBay things don't usually conform to the specs that they have on their listing, so don't worry about that. But anyway, they do seem to work, and that's good. So I'll just test the other two, and we'll see if they go. So let's just unplug this, and what do we got? In fact, this will be interesting to see how much current the other ones draw, to see if it's the same or not. Oh, that's quite toasty. Okay, so heat dissipation actually seems to be pretty good. Now let's put the... well, no, actually, no, I won't put the cover back on, because I want to play with this later. Okay, so let's put that there. Right, so let's get another one. Sorry, yeah, I've just got like this horrible mess of wires here. It was just easier to set this up like this than to do it any other way, so I just went with what was fast and easy. Okay, let's try this one. So that one, previous one had 600 milliamps, this one's doing about 550 milliamps. It's going up slightly, so I mean that'll rise. Obviously as these heat up, their resistance will go down, the diodes will conduct more power, they will draw more current, makes sense. But yeah, it's about the same as the other one, so not really an amp. Never mind. So if I can hold this up. So actually, but they output a decent amount of light. I mean that's pretty good. If I can just move this over here without the wires all falling out. But if I had these up here on the side there like this, I mean, this is probably terrible on camera because you're getting like the background room lighting and then the window and that, so this probably looks really bad. But in terms of what I'm seeing, it's actually pretty good. It's definitely lights up the bench quite well. It probably makes sense if they were here, but I can't put them here. So if I was to put that there, maybe under here, even under here, they actually light up the area not too badly. Yeah, I'll be interested to see how they work at night too. But yeah, I could have them on an angle. I think on an angle, yeah. Having them on an angle would make the most sense. Then they shine out down here, which is pretty much what I wanted. Yeah, so we'll see. I'll come up with some kind of method to mount them on that maybe is adjustable and tiltable or something actually. And I'll probably have to make a power supply for these that's got voltage adjustment so I can dim them in that as well, because I won't want them full brightness all the time. Yeah, we don't want to have it too bright, so this is probably like swamping everything out and making my face really dark and everything look real messy, but anyway, they heat up quite a bit actually. That's quite toasty. That's pretty toasty. well, not super toasty, I mean it's not burning, but yeah, it's quite warm. It'd be interesting to see how hot that gets actually. Okay, let's hook up the third one and then I'll get a thermocouple as well, and we'll see see what temperature this gets to. So 560, so this one's actually drawing a little less current than the other one, but it's about the same. Makes sense. Okay. Let's turn that one off. Okay. Just put that one there. And the last one. Okay. I'll just get a meter. Hang on. All right. So thermocouple thing. Now you probably won't be able to see this display on this either. Sorry, but moment it's saying 28 degrees, which makes sense. I'll get some tape. Some tape, yes. Get some tape here. Alright, so let's just tape this here to the back of the thing here, as you do. I don't know, this is probably just bodge it on there. Bit rough, but anyway. Okay, so that was the negative connection. Make sure I get this around the right way. These obviously have no reverse polarity protection whatsoever. So if you're wiring these up, make sure you get the connection in the right way. Fortunately, the wires do appear, in fact, to have made sense. The color coding makes sense. Okay, so red in fact is positive and the black one is in fact negative, which is good. Okay, so 28.8 degrees just sitting on the bench there, and no amps, so let's turn this on again. Okay, that's pretty bright. 580 milliamps at this point. So 28 degrees still. I can just set that there. Is that alright? Okay. I don't know if you can see that, sorry. Yeah, I know this setup is like really dodgy. Wonder if I can put something over this to stop it being so bright. Or just turn it upside down. Turn it upside down, there we go. That's good. Okay. So now you should actually be able to see something. Hopefully. You can probably actually see the displays now. So we're getting, what are we getting? 580 milliamps, 30 degrees. Well, I'll just leave this running for a bit and yeah, we'll see what happens. So I'll just, well, what am I going to do? Let's have a look at this one. Let's have a look at this. Let's have a close-up look. So I'll just take some close-up shots with this thing and we'll see what happens. Okay, so now I'm recording the close-up shot of the thing, and we can see the the wires have been soldered on pretty badly. If we come along here, there's the model thing, LTL0469, and you come here and see these are the little pads. So, okay, every 3 LEDs we get these pads. There's 2 pads there, and we get 4, and another 4, and another 4. So if we were to cut the strip in any of those segments, you should be able to get 3 LEDs in a thing. So yeah, so there's 3 LEDs in each of these LEDs, and each one has a, oh, that's some nice soldering there. But yeah, I'm gonna see what the, see if I can draw up a schematic for this actually in a bit. But yeah, obviously these 3 LEDs, I'm not sure if they're in series or parallel or what, but I'll have a look and we'll find out. Okay, just for the interest, the current temperature of the one I'm running at the moment is actually 44 degrees now. So it's gone from 30 to 44, that's pretty pretty warm. Yeah, so 3 LEDs there, 3 things. So yeah, lots of solder blobs around, solder balls sitting. All these resistors have solder balls next to them. Well, there you have it. Close up of the LEDs, you can see they've got 3 things on them. I'll insert a schematic, I think, after this, just to show you what each of the 3 LED groups is, if I can figure it out. And yeah, toasty, ow. Okay, that's actually getting pretty hot. It's 46 degrees now, apparently. No, it's just not making good contact, is it? 43, now it's on 43 when I poke it, but either way, 45, 46, yeah, it's pretty hot. I guess these things get pretty hot. So yeah, I don't know. Be interesting to see how long they last actually. 47.48. That's almost as hot as my CPU on a cold on a bad day. Yeah, so I'm not surprised these only draw about half the amount of current that they were rated for. If they were doing the full 12 watts, I think they probably would catch on fire. But yeah, who knows? 48.7, still going up. Well, anyway, I hope that was interesting. If you're thinking of buying some of these, yeah, they're quite good. They're cheap. I forget how much I paid. I think they're about $3 each. $3 for each strip, so $9. Pretty good. They get pretty warm though. It's nearly 50 degrees, so yeah, if you're going to put these somewhere, make sure it's somewhere that's not gonna, you know, not going to be affected by a lot of heat output. So in another close-up you can see how they've got the whole thing divided up into sections of 3, and between these square pads that say positive and negative on it, if you cut down the line there, you can just cut these strips up into segments and do whatever you wanted with them. Anyway, I thought I'd just show that when you put the multimeter on in diode test mode, the LED lights up. Or doesn't. And there we go. This is in diode test mode, of course. Obviously it won't show all 3 at once because we're not connected to all the pins, but yeah, anyway. Cool. Okay, and now I'm just showing you this little schematic I drew up. So each of these 3 LED blocks represents each LED, and I used, it says RGB, but obviously that's not, I just used that for the symbol, but basically the layout's exactly the same. The resistors are arranged pretty much exactly the same as this. I just drew them up the same way they're physically laid out, but in any case you've got 3 LEDs in series with a resistor, and that's 150 ohm resistor. So yeah, you can cut on the dotted line here and break the thing up into 3 LED segments, and in multiples of 3 you can make these things shorter as how much you want. So yeah, each LED drops about 3.12 volts across it. The resistors drop about 2.74 volts, and overall each string of these 3 LEDs is taking about 18 milliamps in total. It's pretty basic. It's interesting how they've put the resistors physically between the LEDs in different places. I wonder if that's to cut down on heat build-up, to keep the heat spread out. If they put all the 3 resistors like right here, you might get too much heat build up there. So or maybe it was just easier to design the board that way. I'm not sure really. Anyway, actually they probably didn't have enough room between to have 3 resistors there, so they would have had to put them over there. Yeah, that makes more sense anyway. But yeah, it's very simple design. There's nothing really to say. There's just LEDs and resistors. The ground goes along here and the 12 volt goes along there. On each side of the strip it goes all the way along, so it just gets tapped off per for each block of 3 LEDs. The total output is about 7 watts. They don't have, it's not 12.6 watts like it says on the auction. That's definitely not true. And oh yeah, the temperature reached thermal equilibrium at about 52.5 degrees Celsius. So, but yeah, if anyone wants to buy these for themselves, I'll put a link to the eBay listing in the description, and yeah, they're quite good. I'll probably make another video once I've got them all set up and show how that works, but for now, that's it. So see you next time, whatever strange idea I come up with next and decide to make a video about. Could be anything, I don't know right now, but we'll see. Yeah, Merry Christmas.